I have two stories from Fortune.com, and I am ecstatic that they are highlighting Black women athletes. Okay, so this is the first story. Coco Gauff is the perfect representation of how Gen Z acts at work, says a recruiter with 25 years experience. Just look at how she confronted the US Open umpire. I'm going to come back to the Coco story in just a moment. I want to talk about Simone Biles. Now, Simone Biles is on the cusp of Gen Z. She's like a young millennial or an older Gen Z. But this is what it says: Gen Zers like herself are moving past the mindset of let's work, 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 because that's all we do in America. So the tide is turning, and Black women, look at this, look at the face of the marketing, and I am just ecstatic that we are getting different kind of narratives written about Black women. I am glad for the day that unambiguous Black women are making these kind of headlines. Let's get into it. Back to this Coco article. Gen Z, who are between the ages of 11 and 26, will make up nearly one third of the U.S. workforce by 2030. And they're already shaking up the workplace from demanding companies take a stand on societal and environmental issues to the way they dress in the office. And then there's Coco Gauff. The 19-year-old tennis prodigy took home her first Grand Slam title at the conclusion of this year's U.S. Open on Saturday. Earlier in the tournament, Gauff went viral on social media for calling out an umpire, turning a blind eye to her opponent who was bending the rules. Gauff's willingness to advocate for herself and her maturity in handling the situation has elevated her beyond the world of tennis and into a Gen Z icon, earning the praise of TikTokers, a former president and first lady, and white collar professionals alike. When asked about the climate activist that disrupted her finals match, she says, I always speak about preaching about what you feel and what you believe in. It was done in a peaceful way, so I can't get too mad about it. That is amazing. She is perfectly fine with folks advocating, even at the disruption of her own match. And then where it came to talking about the umpire, she's advocating for herself. She's taking up for herself. And I love to see it. Women, girls are not laying down and just taking it because someone of apparent authority said so. This is what she says. She's never ready when I'm serving. She went over the clock like 4 times. You gave her time. You gave her time violation once. How is that fair? They are about fairness, equity, speaking their mind, being assertive, and I am here for it. This is what a recruiter says of Coco. She stood up for what was right and was able, with conviction and clarity, to say, this is wrong and this is why it's been wrong. This recruiter says, added that there is a clear message to the employers from this to listen and to be active listeners because the Gen Zers, are standing up and they have good things to say. I love it. This makes my heart sing. What I love about Coco is that she stood 10 toes down to her reaction. She says she looked back at it while she was taking an ice bath and she handled it how she wanted to. She says she just wishes that she stood up and spoke up earlier. Love it. Now let's come over and talk about Simone Biles. I love that Fortune is highlighting two unambiguous Black women like at the same time. I'm just here for this. So, this article. This summer, Simone Biles made her triumphant return to the mat. At the end of August, she became the most decorated gymnast in U.S. history, nabbing her 8th national all-around title at the U.S. Gymnastics Championships in California. Biles is only 26, but she is the oldest woman to win that championship. As a millennial Gen Z cusper, she was born in 1997, the year which Gen Z begins, and an athlete in a sport dominated by teens. She's been keeping her ears open to the gym and has come to realize how differently younger athletes approach their careers. I've definitely seen a shift in the younger generations coming up and how we talk about ourselves, feed our brain, body, and mind, and also how we advocate for ourselves. I think it's really nice that you can speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself, and learn what is good for you and your body. That paradigm shift is vital because Biles' generation, as with his forebears, have kind of neglected ourselves. Older generations often struggle with the mindset of let's work, 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 because that's kind of all we do in America, and it's certainly it's the expected approach for for an Olympic level gymnast. Biles has found that younger Gen Zers and the youngest athletes, Gen Alpha, espouse more of a balanced approach to both training and to any challenge. They've realized that they could take a step back, focus on their mental health, and have family time, and still be the best version of themselves. When I tell y'all these young people are going to change the world, and I am I can say for certainty, I have a daughter. She is 6 years old. She speaks about equity. You can tell that these young people speak about fairness. They are not here for hypocrisy. They will call you out. They will say things like, well, you said I can't say that. Why do you say that? Or they speak about fairness, things being equal. Like, why is he getting to do that and I can't do that? Did you I love it. I do not squash any conversations with the old school, do as I say, not as I do type of thing. I'm cultivating what it means to be fair. So, but back to Biles, it says, while Biles remains hard at work, she's learning from her younger peers, drawing on their lessons about separating external achievements from inner fulfillment and never letting physical goals come before mental health. Everybody knows that it's a long-term goal. Moving forward, I do feel a lot more confident. It's just going back into the gym, putting in that work, keeping up weekly therapy, y'all. Therapy going on and doing what's right for me. Under, y'all, I reading these articles this morning, seeing these articles because y'all know I peruse Fortune for articles, and seeing these first thing really warmed my heart. It warms my heart that Black women and girls are jumping into these sports that are typically dominated not by us. But you can see all we needed was space and opportunity. And just hearing how these young women, are putting in this work and working on themselves outside of the sport as well. Just think about all that they are tackling. Our society is about to change, and I am really happy about where we are and who we are able to put our hands into. I'm sorry, the society into. They're going to be in good hands. You guys tell me what you think. Jump in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this. I'm ecstatic. Like, comment, and share. And if you like my content and you are watching it, go ahead and follow.